Hi, my name is Audrey, and I've been married for 29 years. I'm a mom. I have 4 kids. My oldest one is about to get married this December. He's 27. I have a daughter who is about to move into college. She just graduated from high school, packing up all the crazy dorm stuff, and that is a mess. Don't go shopping without taking some deep breaths and thinking that through for that dorm room. I also have a 14-year-old who is football fanatic and a handsome 6'2" young man. I also have a 13-year-old that keeps us all on our toes, and she is a bouncy majorette for our school. And I also teach 5th grade at a local school in our area, so that creates lots of stories. I wear lots of hats. Some people call me Miss Audrey, some people call me Miss Murdaugh, some people call me Mama Murdaugh, some people call me Honey, some people call me Mom. So whatever name I hear, I know which direction I've got to go in. Most of the time my life is just a crazy zoo trying to keep up with all those things. I'm getting older. In the South, we call it the change. You know, when you hit your 50s and you always wear a sweater, but you're constantly taking it off and fanning yourself. In the South, we call it the change of life. Because heaven forbid we wouldn't want to say menopause out loud. But I think God must have a sense of humor, because he gives us teenagers they don't have anything to change just yet, if you know what I mean. At the same time, we're going through the change. And you got all of these kind of hormones going on at the same time. And I think God just must have a sense of humor to think that he just does that. My poor husband, he's got to deal with me in the change of life. And sometimes that can be quite frustrating and quite difficult. You know, I've decided that the 3 little pigs, you know, the 3 little pigs that you huff and you puff and you blow your house down, I've decided they were in menopause. And that the big bad wolf was at the door. And you know how I know this? It's because when he said, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, the little pig said, not by the hair of my chin. Right. And, you know, that's just, you have to constantly look at my age and see what you need to pluck in the mirror. And sometimes I pull out this black whisker that I think, oh my word, what in the world did that come from? I just think that those 3 little pigs in that house, they had locked the men out because they were crazy, and not by the hair of my chinny chin are you coming in here. And now I get it. It makes a lot of sense. So it's just lots of things that go on. You know, the day that I knew something was really wrong was when I looked in my belly button and there was a man's chest hair growing out of my belly button. Now that's just plain crazy right there. My poor husband, he has to deal with that, but I love him so much. He, when we graduated from college, worked in a newspaper for a couple of years. We had 1 child. Then we went off to seminary in Texas, and he worked on campus there for a while, running the communications department. But 10 years ago, when everything had gone digital, he realized, you know, I'm stuck at this desk. I don't have any interaction with people. I really miss, you know, my flip pad and being around people. And so he had always had an interest in a particular field. And he had always toyed around with it in the back of his mind and thought, oh, that would be fun. I wonder what that's about. And so he turned in his company car, turned in his laptop, turned in his cell phone, took a pay cut, and followed his dream. And now he is a happy, well-adjusted, amazing funeral director. That's what I said, funeral director. So you can imagine the stories that he comes home with. But his first day there, it's so funny because he's done customer service all these years, right? So his first day there is being nice. It was like crowded. They had people everywhere. They didn't have time to even talk to him about when he was going to go through training. It was like just jump on in and get busy. So he began to hold the door open as people would exit the visitation, you know, tearful and sad, and people would begin to exit. And he's holding the door open at the front of the funeral home saying, come back to see us. One of the other funeral directors pulled him inside and said, we don't say that here. Now, me, on the other hand, I teach school, and I've got to be nice every day to people, parents, 10 and 11-year-olds. I have to be nice all day and greet them. I see them all the time, and I do say, I'll see you tomorrow, come back to see us. Yes, I'll reply to your email, and no, I'm sorry, baby Johnny didn't make 100. I give everybody a 0, everybody gets a 0. When they put their name on the paper, they earned 1 point. And so, no, I need to give anybody an 82. Your child earned 82 points by what he or she knew. So I'm always having to be nice and those kind of things. And I want to be, and I should be. But sometimes we get tired. And at the end of the day, we take our children home. And when they were younger and I had gone back to work, we had diaper bag and Mother's Day out tote bag and backpack and folders and lunch boxes, and all 4 of them doing activities, or there were just bags everywhere. And sometimes you just feel like you need to just lay your burdens down and slap some bags on the floor when you walk in the front door, and it take 20 minutes and just kind of chill, right? Just kind of take a deep breath and chill. And my children, after I've said yes, yes, yes all day long, put it over there, I'll see you tomorrow. And my children, just one simple question, Mom, what? And we forget we hurt the ones we love the most, and they know our ugly stuff, you know. And so sometimes you just got to step away and take a deep breath and count to 10, or meditate, or go outside and scream and not scream at other people. One of the funniest things where I realized I was not practicing what I preached was when I was driving. We had this huge van because there were 4 kids and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, we were driving in the car, and they were just screaming, just a hollering. I'm the only child that was very quiet in my house. My dad had had brain surgery, and you had to be quiet because even the doorbell would hurt his brain, maybe give him bad headaches. And so I grew up in a very quiet environment. And I often ask my husband, why are they fighting? He's one of 4. I'm like, can't kids just get along? But the day that I knew I was not practicing what I preach is that I'm riding around the room and I said, stop screaming in the van. And then it's like, oh. And they don't know whether to laugh or cry or say, yes, ma'am, in the back seat. But as you practice what you preach, ha, 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 I have to learn to do that. Whether I go outside and scream and get that burst of release, or I sing, or I pray, or I meditate, or whatever it is that you do, take a walk to calm down and realize when life gets crazy, it just gets crazy, to remember that you're enough. You know, I'm enough. I'm mom enough. I'm teacher enough. I'm daughter enough. I'm wife enough to be everything that I've been created to be.